Are you filming?
Everyone, right now we're just going to film this here. We're just showing you the basics of taking apart. This is a Minirae Light, and this can also be utilized for cleaning the pump on a Minirae 3000. It's pretty much the same basics for a Minirae 2000 and Ultra Ray 3000. It's very simple. You take the boot cover off, pull the battery out, pull the unit out of the boot. Takes a little bit of wiggling, but you'll get it. Once you get the boot off, there are one screw here, one screw here, Phillips screw. These are all Phillips screw. Phillips, 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 Phillips. All right. So we're taking those 8 Phillips screw out. 4 of them are all the same length. 2 of them that are inside the battery case are a shorter length. Those are the shorter ones he's unscrewing right now. And this is real simple as long as you follow what we're doing here. Be gentle with the unit. Pretty much anybody can do this. So we've just about loosened the 8 screws. Once you get them all out, we'll be able to open the unit.
Again, you want to be gentle with the unit.
Yeah, be real gentle with it. Just coax the screws out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. The screws should dump out. It's okay, just don't lose them. And we're going to disconnect this ribbon here. You just pull on this. He's going to do it. Remove that ribbon. And then we got 4 screws to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep these screws aside because they're for the board. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slightly pry the board up. And there's going to be 2 connectors right side there. 1, 2. And we're going to disconnect these. You can use a pair of pliers. You have a pair of pliers we can use to disconnect them.
It's also a helpful tip is to use a Sharpie and mark one so that you know which one to connect the same.
So that way you won't get your plugs mixed up. And just gently coax that out and the next one out. And once you get the second one out, it's very important. I'm going to take the probe off. There's a ribbon underneath this board, right on the underside here. So what you want to do is we're going to flip the board back, and you'll see the ribbon right there. You don't want to twist this or anything. You just want to lean the whole board back like that. And then here is the pump. There's one screw here, one screw here, and that'll disconnect the pump. So that's the next thing we'll do. And you can see there's two pieces of tubing in there. Once we get this off, we'll show you that. So in reality, all you need is a Phillips, and we'll show you all the tools we use here once we're done. So he's taking out the second screw, which will disconnect the pump. Then we'll use the pliers to disconnect the tubing. And you can see we're only about 6 minutes in here. We already pretty much got the pump disconnected. You can even disconnect this tubing with your hands, which he's doing right now, I believe. Just be real gentle, coax it out. If you don't like disconnecting it with your hands, you can use a pair of pliers like this to disconnect the tubing from here and underneath here. And this piece is also called the THP sensor. So here's the pump. You can see it has 3 like bits and 1 flathead bit. So we're going to disconnect these for you in a second. So he's going to disconnect the that one first. There's 3 like.
Let me get that.
Yeah, I got some in here. And guys, if you don't have a little screwdriver set like this, let me know. We can get you one. So it has a little flathead we're going to use, and this might work for those. I'm not sure, but so we're just finding the right bit here. Only take us a second. This one.
That looks a little too big.
Too big. We got one here. Find it.
I know that we have one over here.
Yeah. So guys, as you can see, it's only taken us about a few minutes here. We've already removed the pump. We're just going to take these apart. We're going to open it up, and that'll be that. So the first screw I'm going to do is this one. It's kind of hard to do while filming, so I'm going to let Alex do it here.
There we go.
And you'll notice the tubing coming out of that is always pointed up towards the end of the motor. So that's always the orientation you want to do.
There will also be 2 arrows found on this cover of the pump. One is pointed towards the pump, which is the inlet, and then one is pointed outward towards the exhaust, which the exhaust is going to be found on the outside right here. The inlet will be where the THP sensor is. Once you get the flathead will always be, if you're looking at the pump like this, on the upper right hand corner.
And that, once you see here, we'll open it. When you're reconnecting these and putting them back together, the 3 similar screws have smaller holes, and the flathead uses a slightly larger hole. But you can see that's part of the pump diaphragm right there. And inside here, this splits apart, and there's 2 pieces with the diaphragm in there if you want to peel the diaphragm off. And these are the pieces you want to take, and if you're in a rush, you can clean them with a Q-tip with some alcohol, or follow us, we'll take them and put them in a sonic bath. Put them in your sonic bath. It really doesn't take long. These ones aren't even that dirty. Sometimes they'll be covered with dirt. You can leave it in here for a few minutes, and this is just for training. It's already clean. You know, it's not going to take us long. So what you'll do is you'll clean it for 20 minutes if it's really dirty. In this case, they're not dirty. So we'll take it out. Notice they're wet now, so we're going to dry it off. So those are wet pieces. And you can use a can of duster to dry them off too. And the important thing when you're putting these diaphragms on, you'll see on here there's a big piece right here for connecting and a smaller one right here. And you can see Pickle has the piece there. So this, you can see there's some indentations on it. Those indentations line up, so we'll flip this over. Actually, it looks like this has been used both ways, but in some cases you'll see those indentations on just one side. But most importantly, you don't want to drop it.